The driver of this vehicle in front could do with watching this video. They're too busy looking at the scenery. Surely it's simple to keep your car in the middle of the lane, isn't it? Hi everyone. In today's video I'm going to be looking at a subject that I didn't really cover properly in detail when I first mentioned it. It was actually in a learning point, and I was chuckling with one of my students who was going over some speed bumps, and I'd recently just told him a little trick to try and help him get his wheels either side, and it was sort of mentioned in the comments about what was I talking about. So today's video is all about this. Quite simply, it's how to judge when you can get your wheels either side of maybe a speed bump, or how to keep yourself in the middle of the lane. Now, to do this, I'm going to use my POV cam, so you'll have to excuse me looking like I'm going down a coal mine. I'm just going to start this up. What we're going to do, we're going to explain a couple of things about what I'm talking about. First of all, if we were in the middle of our lane, there's a few ways that you can tell. You can tell maybe by checking in both side mirrors. Checking in both side mirrors, you can see the space that you've got either side of you. Easy enough. If you've got an idea of where you can position your car when you're parking, you can also see maybe where the curb is in your windscreen, and also you can do a similar thing as if you were turning right. You'll have an idea of where the centre line of the road should appear in your windscreen. It's sort of down here, and if I was parking, it's sort of there for me. So you've got an idea of how wide your car is that way. But I've known this little trick for a number of years, but I've pushed it with my students over the last little bit, and it's worked really, really well. And I've adapted it to try and help them with other things. First of all, it's where your left knee, or where you perceive your left knee to be. Now, it's hard to tell, but I perceive my left knee to be smack bang in the middle of that lane. That's effectively it. It shouldn't really work, but it does. Again, I'm thinking here, I want to be on my side of the road, so my lane, and my left knee, looks as though to me it looks smack bang in the middle. And we know it's not, because the middle of the car is obviously here where the gear stick is, and straight forward. But from my headline out towards my knee, it's obviously to the left hand side a little bit. So that makes it be perceived in that manner. So we can use this to get ourselves in the correct position. You can use it to get over speed bumps, not these type of speed bumps, because obviously they go across the full width of road, but the other speed bumps, the ones that you can get your wheels either side, you can use it for that purpose. But there are many other things. I'm just going to go through a couple here. I'm going to use the road, in fact, speed bump. We've got one here. Left knee over the middle of it. Perfect. No bothers. I could do the same here with the middle of the lane. My left knee, I think it's about in the middle, and if I check both side mirrors, that one's looking good, that one's looking good. The gaps are about equal, so I am smack bang in the middle. And like I said, it shouldn't really work, but it does. If you're driving a left-hand drive car, or in fact if you're a driving instructor in the UK, you're going to be sat in this seat over here. It's quite simple, works the same, but it's your right knee, it's not your left. And it's helped many of my potential driving instructors that I'm teaching judge where they are, or where the students are, and it's quite helpful. I'm going to have a look a little bit further up. We're going to head down onto the Melling Road in the middle of Aintree Racecourse, and what we will do is have a little look at this a little further. But I also think that being conscious of your left knee and where your left knee is also has a benefit to lane discipline. I'll explain in a mo. I'm just going to get myself out of this junction. people are going to be looking at me thinking, what the hell is this guy doing with the camera strapped on his head? But anyway, it is what it is, all in the name of road safety. So, what am I talking about regarding lane discipline? Well, if you're thinking about your left knee, it's naturally going to pull you back to the left. A lot of people do take their normal position from this line, and that's also one of the reasons why people tend to close past cyclists and take mirrors off cars, because they're thinking about this side. But if you think about your normal position from your left knee, it's naturally going to pull you back to the left, and be aware of the left hand side a little bit more. So it is really useful. I know these speed bumps are a little bumpier, but I'm still going over them pretty equally, thinking and judging where my left knee is. Now, I've had a little go at this in a number of cars, and it does seem to work. I've not had a go in a van, so my van drivers who follow my channel, could you give this a go and see whether this works? And remember, it's not where your knee is. We know your knee is slightly to the right of the centre of the vehicle, but it's where you perceive it to be. Does it work with vans? Lorries? Not sure. You could probably let me know with that one as well. Obviously, if you're on a push bike or a motorbike, that ain't going to work because you sat in the middle anyway. It's easy with your eye line, but anything that you're sat slightly to the offside, it's probably a good shout. So I'm just going to get over this bridge. Again, I've got to make sure that my knee is in the middle. There's only room enough for one. Thank you. Cheers, buddy. So what am I going to do this right turn? I'm going to position my left knee over the give way triangle. Perfect, and I'm in a good spot. And even when I'm doing my turns, I'm going to go quite yet, but even when I'm doing my turns, I'm thinking about my left knee going round into the middle of that other lane. So I've found it helps people with steering massively. So please let me know how these little things would affect your drive. You might go out next time you're going on your commute. You might go and have a little practice at it. I'm just going to have a quick go at this mini roundabout up ahead. I'm going to do a right turn and just talk through what I'm doing here. So again, where do I want my left knee? I need it to the right of the centre of the lane, and I'm going to try and get my left knee to go around this roundabout, and that's what I should be thinking to do this turn. We can go now. So my left knee, I've got to make sure it goes around that roundabout and into the middle of the new lane. Yeah, that worked out quite nicely. So that's enough of that, I think. I thought I'd just let everyone know about it. I think it's a good little help. Naturally, it's going to pull me back to my correct side. Please let me know how that works for you. If you're learning to drive, it could very well be a massive point. If you're a driving instructor, use your right knee. I promise you it'll help as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. Keep safe, and I'll see you all soon.